You ain't outside.
We gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Peep them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later, now let's get this paper. Cause we ain't worried about shit, now let's get this paper. Shawty say I'm too much, fam, them too tough. When you get them blues up, then you make them rules up. Whoa! What it do, world? Welcome to a whole nother new episode of You Ain't Outside Podcast, hosted by your boy, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, back at it in the flesh, like I never left, you know. Yeah, man, another great episode for y'all. Had myself one of those good weekends. And it's still Saturday, to be precise. Yeah, so I just want to start off how I always do it, you know, something healthy. So yeah, man, first and foremost, so y'all know how I always do with my healthy topics and stuff, so I want to start off with that. And it's just about being iconic. What will it take to be iconic? What is the definition of iconic? You know, iconic, you know, it's better than being great, you know. I believe it's like in that legendary realm, you know, and it takes a lot to do that, you know. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of times you might miss some of the things and some of the important things because you see a different and a bigger picture, you know. Breaking family curses, generational curses and stuff like that, you know. So sometimes you might not be everywhere where you are needed to be all the time because you thinking of a bigger picture of something else, and you know this is gonna help your family get out the situations that we are currently in, you know. So, and that's all it's about, taking that stress off everybody else and giving them the comfort to where they could be free and they can do great things as well, you know. So I believe that's what being an icon is, you know. Because like I said, you know, it ain't just about one person, you know. I see a tree, I see one big limb, and then from there I see a lot of branches branching off, you know. So without that big part of the tree, the branches won't be able to function, you know. So I say all that to say this, you know, plant your flag, do what you know that's necessary to be great, especially if you got a skill to be great. If you don't have a skill to be great, then I understand that, you know, you might just have to fall back and play the support role and continually support everybody else and help them rise, you know. But if you know you're great at something, you have to be great at that, you know, and do it unapologetically, you know. And just do it, you know. It don't matter what anybody says, how they feel, what they think about you, you know, do it. And from there, sky will be the limit. Because like I said, you know, so you might just be that big tree, and you might just be the one to help everybody else get put in position, you know. So when you think of it as that, you know, it won't feel so bad on you. Yeah, man, new music, man. Lot of great albums been dropping, you know. So yeah, first and foremost, I want to get off into these whole projects. Shouts out to Lil Tecca, he dropped Dopamine. ESTG dropped My World. Lil Wayne, the Carter 6, he got the bonus. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Smiley dropped Don't Box Me In. Finesse 2 times, Time Will Tell. Slick Rick, the legendary Slick Rick, dropped Victory. Bunna B dropped Bunna Ice, the Ice Cream Summer Deluxe. Reason dropped I Love You Again, the extended version. Nims dropped America's Sweetheart, the deluxe. Apathy dropped Mom and Dad. Juicy J and Logic dropped Live and in Color. AJ Tracy dropped Don't Die Before You're Dead. Yeah, so 4-5 dropped After. So yeah, make sure y'all go check out those joints, you know. Other than that, I got some singles too. I got Half the Plot by Lil Tecca. Lil Wayne featuring Lil Baby, Mama Don't Worry. Roddy Ricch dropped Underdog. Smiley and Drake dropped Two Mazza. ESTG dropped G-Ski Shake, July 13. Gonna drop Won't Stop, Slick Rick. Yeah, man, so let's recap on those BET Awards, man. Very great, legendary night, man. The icons got appreciated. Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, Mariah Carey, Kurt Franklin. All these people have brought a lot of greatness to the industry and just and to the world in general, you know. So they were very much saluted and appreciated, you know. And I wanted to appreciate y'all too, you know, because y'all did a lot for me as well. And not just musically, but just how to move and just how to be a good person, just overall, just doing all kind of different things, you know. So yeah, shouts out to all the legends first and foremost, you know what I mean. Other than that, you know, there's a lot of other great performances. Lil Wayne came out, another future GOAT, Glorilla. It was, like I said, it was so many different artists. Then they had some new and up and coming artists, you know, like singing and stuff. Playboy Cardi, he performed. You know, like I said, it was a lot of great music, you know, and it was a great night. Kevin Hart hosted it. He brought out Drewski. He brought out Casanat. Like I said, it was a big time thing, you know, and yeah, I watched the whole show. You know, then they had the 106 kind of theme setting where they had some of the artists that came out during that time. They performed, you know, like T.I., Keisha Cole, Bow Wow, A. Marie came out. You know, it was a big special night, like from the beginning of the show to the end of the show, you know. So if y'all ain't had a chance yet, make sure y'all go back and check that out and just relive that moment, because those early 2000s, that was a time, you know, and I feel like that's not talked about, you know. That helped establish a lot of the artists to this day, you know. So if y'all got the time, make sure y'all go check it out, you know. Oh yeah, also Ashanti performed. You know, it was a lot of them, man. A lot of great artists. So yeah, like I said, if y'all got the time, just go back and check it out. You know, let me know what y'all think about it, and appreciate it. You know, because like I said, the music that changed our lives. Without music, people would just be walking around here just stiff, to be honest. You know, so go check it out and do your thing. Yeah, man, so this is the sports part of the podcast, man. You know, NBA Finals, it was just game 4 yesterday, last night. OKC has tied it up 2-2. So now they're going back to OKC, and we're going to see how it goes. Indiana had a chance to go up 3-1. I think this was a pivotal game for them. They didn't get it done. So now we're going to see what's going to happen now, because, man, if OKC get this win, man, it's going to be looking real rough on Indiana. But if Indiana get it, they go back home and they get a chance to close it out in game 6. So make sure y'all tuned in and y'all watching, man, because like I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to find out. But yeah, other than that, I got the Stanley Cup Finals still going on. That is tied 2-2. The Panthers and the Oilers, you know, so yep, that's tied 2-2. And you know, this goes to 7 games as well, you know, so I believe this next game is going to be pivotal. So whoever wins that next game, most likely going to end up winning the series. I want to see game 7s for both of these, for the basketball and the Stanley Cup, you know. So that'll be real dope because we don't normally get too many game 7s in the finals part, you know. So I would like to see that. And yeah, other than that, so I believe next week. So one of these is going to be over, one of those sports finals, and then I will start my MLB power rankings because we kind of in the middle of the season for the baseball, and I haven't did my power rankings yet. So I'm a jump on that real soon. Yeah, but other than that, that's my sports part of the podcast. Yeah, man, this the Off the Dome segment where, you know, I speak my mind and whatnot, you know. So yeah, so since I was just talking about what it takes to be iconic, and then I was just speaking on the icons and stuff, you know, from the BET Awards, you know, which I watched. I say all that to say, do icon shit. Stop playing. Stop straddling the fence. Stop thinking mediocre is gonna get you where you need to be. Do icon shit. You know what I mean? You know what it takes. Whatever it is you're trying to do in life, do icon shit. It's gonna be tiresome. You're gonna be sleepy. You're gonna be weary. You ain't gonna have no energy, all this shit. But guess what? You still gotta soak up enough energy to go out there and do icon shit and get that shit done. Stop playing, for real. You know what I mean? I'm already knowing what it is. You know what I mean? I ain't complaining about nothing. I already know if I gotta do extra, I'm gonna do extra. You know, so yeah, like I always said, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. You Ain't Outside podcast hosted by your boy. And like I always say, if you ain't outside, where you at?
Gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Beat them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later, now let's get this paper. Cause we ain't worried about shit, now let's get this paper. Shawty say I'm too much, fam, them too tough. When you get them blues up, then you make them rules up. Whoa.